Tuesday, 12.
Tuesday.
Or Tuesday, 12 April.
Yeah, April. Hebrews 2:10, 18.
8 to 2:17.
Hebrew 2:10, 18.
But you want to read... Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the passage you want.
Hebrew is it's on the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
Hebrew 2:10, 18.
Wait, I'm not there yet.
Okay. 2:10, 18.
I'm not there yet.
2:10. To 10 to 18. Okay, here you go. God home.
Wait, let me...
You want me to read?
2:17.
2:10 to 18.
Okay. 16. Okay, I got it. I got it.
You can read if you want.
Therefore, it was necessary
Uy.
for...
It says Hebrew 2:10 to 18. Chapter 2, versicle 10 to 18.
Well,
Here.
this is 2:17.
Where'd you get that?
Up here.
Oh, I took this one here.
Well,
Okay, 2:17.
It's in here, but it just tells you to
So
go
April
there.
2:17.
Correct. I'll read the passage.
Where is the 2:17?
Where you at?
There you go, he's 17.
You want to read it or you want me?
Therefore, it was necessary for him to be our merciful and faithful high priest before God. Then he could offer a sacrifice that would take away the sins of the people. Since he himself has gone through suffering and testing, he is able to help us when we are being tested.
Okay.
Can you explain that to me? Can understand.
Well, the he that they're referring to is Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what it is saying is that Jesus has gone through all the sufferings all people go through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he has come out refined, strong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's essentially what it's taken. It's also saying against many different churches that have priests or like a head man, like a businessman, you know, that is pushing, giving them money and all that, which this is not what this is about. But this is saying, you know, the one you focus on is Jesus. No one else. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
So that means whatever you do, you focus everything to God.
You make God...
He's the center of everything.
Exactly.
He is the center of all of the universe.
Exactly.
Okay.
And some people mistakenly think that, oh, I'm a Christian now, I'm going to have to stop and pray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you can keep on working and keep on praying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all this is saying. And I'm going to go to this now.
What?
Like us, for us. Want me to read that?
Yeah.
Derek noticed his son didn't want to take off his shirt to swim and realized it was because he was self-conscious about
His birthmark that cover parts of his chest.
A birthmark, yeah, that covers parts of his chest and belly. And yet,
Left arm. Left arm.
and left arm. Oh, I can't see this.
Determined to help his son.
Determined to help his son, Derek underwent a lengthy and painful tattooing
Process to create an identical mark.
process to create an identical mark on his own body. Derek's love for his son reflects God's love for his sons and daughters, because we, his children, have flesh and blood. Jesus, because like us, in other words, Jesus
Became like us.
his body is like ours, and he took on a human form and shared
Where are
in
you?
our humanity.
Oh.
Again, this is all what this is all saying is that Jesus has gone through everything like everybody goes through.
Mm-hmm.
He's been tempted, lies and everything else. But the one thing that's different between Jesus and our thinking
Us. Mm-hmm.
is that we want to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
And the Bible clearly says there's only one guide, and that is a scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Derek wanted to help his son.
Oh, where were you? Did we see
Derek wanted to help his son become his self-consciousness, and so made himself like him. Jesus helped us overcome our far greater problem, slavery to death. He overcame it for us by making himself like us, bearing the consequence of our sin by dying in our place. Jesus' willingness to share in our humanity not only secured our right relationship with God, but enables us to trust Him in our moments of struggle. When we face temptation and hardship, we can lean on Him to strength and support, because He is able to help us. To help. Like a loving Father, He understands and cares.
You are getting this down faster than I could do it. When I became a Christian, I didn't know what to do except read a Bible, and I didn't know what to read in the Bible.
We're going to 1 Samuel 19:21. 1 Samuel 19:21. One Samuel. Where is Samuel? 19 Samuel.
Okay. 1 Samuel what?
1 Samuel 19:21.
1 Samuel 20.
19:21. 16, 17, 18, 19. Nako kay ni Bible lang. Okay.
1 Samuel 19, 20 and 21.
Mm. The Lord was with people. Where are you?
I wonder. I don't know where I'm at.
Uy! I am with Judge.
Whole different philosophy over there.
Judge, and then Samuel 19, 20, 21. 1 Samuel 19.
Oh. It's 1 Samuel 19 through 21.
Yeah. Where is 1 Samuel 19 through 21?
Okay, so that means we have to begin at the
16,
beginning
17.
of 19. This is going to be a long read.
19. This one, it's year.
Yes, all of 19, 20, and 21. That's 3 chapters.
No.
Yeah, it is. See that?
Oh,
1
19.
Samuel
No,
19
no.
through 21. That's 3 chapters.
Oh my goodness. No.
Yeah. Otherwise, there would be a colon after 19. There's no colon. There's just dashes, which means those are whole chapters.
Okay, 19.
Did you want to read it?
19. So 1 Samuel 19. So we are going to 19. So I'm wrong. I'm going to 19.
But it's a good kind of wrong. That means you're learning.
Okay, 19.
When I first
17.
became a Christian, I
18,
couldn't
19.
understand anything.
Because you can read this. Saul now urged.
Saul now urged his servants and his son Jonathan to assassinate David. But Jonathan, because of his strong affection for David, told him what his father was planning. Tomorrow morning, he warned him, you must find a hiding place out in the fields. I'll ask my father to go out there with me, and I'll talk to him about you. Then I'll tell you everything I can find out. The next morning, Jonathan spoke with his father about David, saying mainly good things about him. The king must not sin against his servant David.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan said, he's never done anything to harm you. He has has always helped you in any way he could. Have you forgotten about the time we risked his life to kill the Philistine giant, and how the Lord brought a great victory to all Israel as a result? You were certainly happy about it then. Why should you murder an innocent man like David? There is so much.
There is no reason for it
There
at
is
all.
no reason for it at will.
At all.
I'm having a hard time seeing.
Mm-hmm. Want me to read?
Yeah.
So Saul listened to Jonathan and bowed. Bowed? As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be killed. Afterward, Jonathan called David and told him what had happened. Then he brought David to Saul, and David served in the court as before. We broke out again after that, and David led his troops against the Philistines. He attacked them with such fury, and they all ran away. But one day, when Saul was sitting at home with spear in hand, the tormenting spirit from the Lord suddenly came upon him again, as David played his harp. Saul hurled his spear at David, but David dodged out of the way, and leaving the spear stuck in the wall, he fled and escaped into the night. We cannot see. Then Saul sent troops to watch David's house. They were told to kill David when he came out the next morning. But Michal, what is it, Michal?
Yeah, Michal, she's the
David's
daughter
wife
of the king.
Warn him, if you don't escape tonight, you will be dead by morning. Oh my goodness. So she helped him climb out through a window, and he fled and escaped. Then she took an idol and put it in his bed, covered it with blankets, and put a cushion of goat's hair at it. Okay, you read. I'm coughing. Okay, when the troops came to
Wait,
arrest
just tell me where it is.
David, she told them he was sick and couldn't get out of bed. But Saul sent the troops back to get David. He ordered, bring him to me in his bed so I can kill him. Oh my goodness. But when they came to carry David out, they discovered that it was only an idol in the bed with a cushion of goat's Here at in his head.
I can't see it.
Because we are at the parking lot, that's why we cannot see. Well, we are waiting for the
Why don't we,
his appointment. We're doing
when we get home
Bible
tonight,
study.
when we get home tonight, we'll
Yeah,
read these?
I can finish this one. Why have you betrayed me like this and let my enemy escape? Saul demanded of Michael. I had to, Michael replied. He threatened to kill me if I didn't help him. Oh, that's an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
So David escaped and went to
It's not right
Ramah.
lie.
I know, to see Samuel, and he told him all that Saul had done to him. Then Samuel took David with him to live at Nawath. When the report reached Saul that David was at Nawath in Ramah, he sent troops to capture him. But when they arrived at Samuel leading a group of prophets who were prophesying, the prophet of God came upon Saul's men, and they also began to prophesy. When Saul heard what had happened a third time, finally, Saul himself went to Ramah and arrived at the great well in Sicco. Where are Samuel and David? He demanded. They are at Nawath in Ramah, someone told him. Again. But on the way up Nawath in Ramah, the Spirit of God came up even upon Saul, and he too began to prophesy all the way to Nawath. He tore off his clothes and lay naked on the ground all day and all night, prophesying in the presence of Samuel. The people who were watching exclaimed, "What is even Saul a prophet?" And we are now on 20. Are you gonna explain this? That why this man?
I couldn't see it to read it, and I don't want to give you a bad interpretation. My proposal is that tonight, after we get home and we have something to eat, we'll work on these 3 chapters, okay?
Okay.
And I'm sorry, this is the first time I've said I can't read my Bible.
Because we don't have light. That's okay. I understand. We don't have light here. We are at
I'm ashamed. No.
We are inside while waiting for the doctor's appointment.
Do you like what you're reading?
We'll see you later.